Hey, good morning, children. How are you all? Let us continue with our fundamentals of computers and learn something more interesting about computer devices. Yes, until our last class, we read about hardware devices and everything. So, recapitulation of hardware. What is a hardware? Hardware, in a simple words, parts of computer which we can see and touch it. A standard definition for that: computer hardware is a collection of physical parts of the computer system. Okay, now let us just see what are the different examples of hardwares. So we do have monitor, mouse, keyboard, CPU, light pin, speaker, scanner, printer, microphone, plotter, RAM, CD, DVD, hard disk, pen drive. So basically the computer part which we are able to see and touch are called as the hardware devices. Okay, like how we use for monitors and all these we can see and even we can touch. It is exactly like our body parts, right? The parts of body which we are able to touch is the physical body part. Just like that, the computer system also works accordingly. Now, another part of the computer is software. Now, what do you mean by software? Software means which we can see but we cannot touch. Now, for example, if I draw a drawing of a water and inside that I am drawing a drawing of a fish, can I touch the fish or can I take the fish out of the water with my hand? No, but the fish is available, the water is available. Yes, the things are available, but we cannot touch it. It's just to visualize. That's the reason. See, in mobile phones also you have different application apps and everything. You are using the application, but can you touch the application? Can you just remove the application with your hands? No, because they are in the form of software, something written format, some installed format. So these things are called as the software. Like every computer is having some Microsoft operating systems, right? We call it as operating systems for the softwares which makes the computer to work. Yes, and which the operating system is a software which allows other applications, other apps. We say, right? Double quote, we say lots of apps and all. So such kind of things are available on that. Let's see some examples of the softwares. Microsoft Windows. Yes, the operating system which helps the computer to actually work. Adobe Acrobat Professional. These are like PDFs. We do lots of PDFs, right? PDFs and all those things to make those kind of documents. We use Adobe's. Google Chrome, everybody uses. It's an internet search engine. Without, imagine you don't have a Google Chrome and you want to search some information. Where will you search? On the mobile. You need a software, search software. Internet, Microsoft Internet Explorer, again a search engine. Microsoft Office, we do lots of typing, right? Word typing, then we put calculations also 1 to 3, PowerPoint presentations we make using the Microsoft Office. Then Windows, Microsoft Windows Media Player. How do we see movies and everything on your computer? There should be some software which helps us to see that, right? So these are the different, some examples of the commonly used software, because basically why do we use computers? We want to use the computers to do some work, to do some work on that. So if I want to use the computer, operating system is must, correct? We need to have operating system. Imagine like I'll give you a mobile phone without a software inside that. Is it useful? No. So what are the different types of softwares available in our mobile? Basically there are like a few only. So the most famous is Android. So everybody mostly prefer Android mobile. We say, right, Android mobile, Android mobile. What is that Android mobile? You have what do you say, Redmi mobile, iPhone mobile, Samsung mobile. Then but have you ever heard about Android mobile? Android mobile are nothing but the Android software inside that mobile. So if you take any mobile, you will say, I want the Android software inside that. I don't want another software. There are Windows is there, Mac is there, different types of softwares are there, but you prefer Android. Why? What is that? That is the operating system. The word itself says operating system. What system? Computer system. Operating the computer system. The software which helps to operate a computer system is called as a operating system software. I hope it is clear. Again, I'll repeat, operating systems are not operating system software. The software which makes the device work. See, we have different types of apps, applications, software. They are separate software. They are only specific. Like WhatsApp is a software, right? App. WhatsApp is an app. What is that? It is an application which we use. Application software. This is a software which we use to chat with each other, share photos. But if I take a mobile and only put WhatsApp, will it work? No. It has to have a operating system first, and then is when your computers or your mobile work. So likewise, we have many such, and the rest others like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Microsoft Office. These are the different application softwares. We will see in the detail in a later slides. Now, what are the different types of softwares? As I said, there are two types of application softwares available. One is application software, one is system software. Now, what is before? Firstly, we'll talk about the system software. System software is a type of computer program that is designed to run a computer, hardware, and application program. Again, I'm repeating. System software is a type of computer program. Okay, so software is like a computer program. Why it is used? It is used to run a computer. It is used to run a computer. What is computer hardware? Monitor, CPU, everything. So all this hardware to work, we need system software. Okay, and the system software only helps the other application software to work on it. So if a mobile phone does not have any apps you want to use, will not work. It is like a base software. It cannot use software. This operation system is called the system software. It's a system software. It makes the system start working, and on that software we install so many different applications: gaming application, painting application, photo application, so photo editing application. Right? Yes, this is system software. Now, application software is a program or a group of programs designed for individual specific purpose. System software is used to make a computer work run, right? But application softwares are specific for a specific purpose. Like if you want to edit a photo of yours, you will download from Play Store. You will download one application. Yes, for sending messages, you're downloading WhatsApp. Installing, right? Install. Mobile you install is download, right? Download, correct? Then if you want to listen to some music, you have Winamp, correct? You'll have Microsoft Media Player, all such kind of things. For photos, you want camera. Yes. For posting photos to the group social media, you have Instagram as an app application. They are for specific purpose. They will run the computer or run your mobile phone. Application softwares are some specific purpose for some specific work. We use those softwares, but it is not the softwares which make your computers work. So system software makes the computer to work. Application softwares are the programs which we use for certain specific purposes. So you should not get confused between what is application software and system. So again, I'm telling you, whatever you always keep speaking, right? This app, that app. It is not an app. App is a short form, but actually it is the application. The full form of app is application. Yes. So now one task for you people. Please do let me know which system software is available in your computers. If you have computers or laptop in your houses, please tell me that first. And secondly, let me know what is the operating software in your mobile phone. Now let us see some of the examples of application softwares and the system softwares. Application softwares, MS Paint, MS Word, Tux Paint, Windows Media Player, games, etc. Yes, see, we use MS Paint for paintings, correct? MS Word for typing, writing. Tux Paint, we used it for painting. Windows Media Player, different types of games and everything. These are, especially we call it as apps. Apps are nothing but, as I repeat again, it is application. Then comes your system software. What are the systems? Just now we saw operating systems. Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows Vista, Windows 10, Android operating systems in the mobile, as I'm keeping on telling you about all these things, right? These are a few of the examples of the operating systems. Now let us see how the hardwares are divided. The hardwares are divided into, the hardware parts of the computers are divided into input devices, output devices, processing devices, and storage devices. You people are very well aware, right? Input devices are those, let's see one by one. Input devices. Input devices enables user to enter information and command into the computers. See, if we have to talk to the computer, if I have to tell the computer something to do, how am I going to do? If I speak to the computer, will it understand? No, right? We have to put the information to it. How do we put the information? With the help of input devices. And what are the input devices? If I want to type in something, write something on the computer, I need keyboard. If I want to select something on the keyboard monitor, I need, if I want to open any file or something, I need a mouse, correct? Likewise, if I want to put some photographs or some documents inside the computers, which is half a hard copy, I need a scanner for that. All right. So whenever I want to speak something and get it recorded, I need a microphone, right? I need a microphone for that particular process. So these are the different types of input devices which are available. Let us see some more, like keyboard, mouse, joystick. Yes, many of you people have been playing games, right? Using right, if we click on right button, the car or the particular device moves at right side, left side, like that. Joysticks, scanner, touchpad, light pen, barcode reader, voice input system. Barcode reader, children, you have seen, right? Wherever you go for a shopping in the shopping malls or in any grocery shop, they just take a barcode reader, a device, right? Like a remote, and they scan the code on your product and it takes the code inside. The computer reads of that particular code. They are called the barcode readers. So these are the input devices which we use. Now coming to the output devices. An output device is any device that is used to send data from computer to the device, another device or a user. Like example, I have put some information inside the computer and I want the result. Where will I get? Will the computer say me, user, or like Premata ma'am, this is your result? No, right? It can't speak. So for that reason, it has to give the output. It has to give the result to us. So where and all does it give? Yes, whatever you want to do. You want to see a movie. Where are you able to see? When you click a file of movie, double click on that, movie starts playing. Where does it play? It plays on the monitor. Likewise, monitor becomes your output device. Imagine you have written something and you want to get it on a hard copy, on a paper. Printer is one such. So likewise, these are the output devices which gives us the result either on the screen as a soft copy or on the papers as the hard copy on. Plus, if you want to hear some music, right? If you want to hear some music, how will you be able to hear all those things? With the help of speakers, correct? So some of the examples of output devices are monitors, printers, speakers, plotters. Plotters are also one sort of printers itself, all right? Now coming to the definition of processing. See, whenever we are giving some instructions to the computer, right? In the starting of the video yesterday only we said, right? Whenever we are giving instructions to the washing machine or something, what they do? They do the processing part. So when I say computer to do 1 plus 1, I will say to the computer saying that I am giving you two numbers. You have to add and give me the result. I gave 1 plus 1. That 1 plus 1 addition, computer does that addition in its brain, right? Where is the brain located inside the computer? It's in the CPU. So what does it do? That calculation part is nothing but the processing. Processing devices process the data as per the instructions sent by the input devices and then sends the result to the output devices. Whatever instructions a computer receives from the input devices. How? Through the keyboard, mouse. So whatever we give an instruction to the computer using these input devices, it works accordingly. that working on the data, whatever we have given, or working on a particular instruction is called as processing. So after processing, the result, whatever comes, the computer sends it to the output devices and we are able to see it on our screen. So what are the different examples of processing device? CPU, central processing unit. Our CPU is a processing unit only, right? Can you type in the CPU? No. Can you see anything on the CPU? No. It is just a brain where the actual working of all the data happens. All right. So it is central processing unit, computer's motherboard, network cards, graphic processing units, sound cards. These are the examples of the processing units which are located in computers, mobiles, and different devices. Now comes your storage devices. Storage devices are those which stores the data in its memory. See, every time whenever we are using mobile also, like, oh, our space is full, mobile data is like, mobile is not having free space, we are not able to store more data. What do we say? Like, our mobile storage is full, right? Imagine you're having a bag, you can put only 10 books in it and you already have put 9 books. What is the space? One book left. Can you push in more? No, right? So likewise, computer also has space in that. Space to store information. We talk about GBs, right? 1 GB, 2 GB capacity, 3 GB capacity, pen drive also. So if you put more information and if the computer is not having the storage, it will show you no enough space, right? Just like that in our mobile phones also we do it. The same way works for computer systems. So let us see, these CPUs also have the storage devices. Let us see a few of the examples. Yes, we have CDs, pen drives, floppy disk, hard disk. These are the different devices on which we can store information and use it in our computer system. This was all about today's class. I hope you will be able to understand these different parts of the computers. With this, we complete one topic of the fundamentals of computers, hardware and software part. I'll meet you tomorrow again with a new video on a new topic. Until then, bye-bye.